As the Lafayette Pep Band plays the alma mater here at Lafayette, this is the postgame show. It's presented by the Maroon Club, enhancing 23 Division I sports. You are always invited to join the Maroon Club today. And the player of the game is presented by Coca-Cola. We invite you to experience the Coke side of life. So we'll wait for the alma mater to be completed. Lafayette struggled today as they just don't match up very well against Bucknell. Bucknell plays outstanding defense. And the Leopards tried to go man-to-man. That didn't work. Tried to go to zone. That didn't work. They have a good inside game. They have a good outside game. And one would think that they'll battle, particularly American, down the stretch for that top spot. And as we said, they are the defending Patriot League champions. So they certainly have a team talented enough to repeat as the Patriot League champion. So Aaron Russell has done another good job as the reigning Patriot League coach of the year. The Leopards will travel to Army on Wednesday, where they will play the Cadets. That is a 7 o'clock Patriot League game. And I think Mike is now standing by with head coach Kia Damon. Here's Michael.
Thank you, Coach. Coach, obviously not the result you wanted, but somebody once told me the other players get paid too. So they're a tough team to face. Come at you from a lot of different angles.
Yeah, they have a lot of weapons, but I don't really know that we had the type of defensive energy and effort consistently to really impact a team that can fire on all cylinders in terms of 5 weapons that can score. And that's an area of growth for us. Like I told the kids, we have to be engaged the whole time. And, we learned the last time that we couldn't play them a ton of zone, and so we were forced to play man. And, we have to be able to play man-to-man for more than 15 seconds.
Right, you went back and forth. I saw that. Now, in practice, is that something how do you work on the intensity part in practice?
Well, it's not necessarily intensity. We don't necessarily have the size to mimic everything that the other team has in terms of their interior size, but more importantly, the size they have in the guards, which really impacts a little bit of what we like to do and how we like to play. But it's not an excuse. We just have to be better. And that's the message that they'll continue to hear. We have to grow and get better every game and every opportunity we have to play.
Appreciate it, Coach. Thanks so much. Come on in here, Lexi. Lexi, 17 points, a career high for you. A great game. You had it going inside a little bit today. Obviously, they're shooting from outside. They shot 60% in the 2 games from 3, but you did very well inside.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, it feels good, but it's a shame that I came up short. We couldn't get the win. When I subbed in, I just tried to be a spark of energy out there, but I couldn't have done it without my teammates looking inside in the post, so I couldn't have done it without them.
Yeah, they did a nice job getting you the ball inside. Tell me one thing, is there hard for you? Are you conscious of staying out of foul trouble? That's because we're all sitting there going, if she stays out of foul trouble, she's the best player on the floor.
I mean, I try to be. I just really get so focused in the game, and my game is just very aggressive, so I try to just play aggressive and physical, but I just got to be smarter with it. I got to be more disciplined. I have to be more disciplined and stay in the game, but yeah, I try to be more conscious of it, but I just get so focused.
Well, the last thing we want you to do is thinking out there in the court, and when you don't, you score 17. Great game today.
Thank you.
Thanks so much. Guys, tough game for the Leopards, but they'll be back at it right here on the 14th.
There's no rest, Mike. You go right back at it, as you mentioned. It'll be Army on Wednesday. John will take us through the highlights, and then we'll wrap this up.
Well, if you like efficient basketball, Gary, the team in pink tonight actually was outstanding that way. Kai English, little baseline jump shot right here. And, Gary, we heard Kia Damon talk about it. They've got so many weapons. They've got 5 or 6 people on the floor that can score at almost any time. And the comment that she made, Gary, that was most telling, you've got to play defense for more than 15 seconds against a team like Bucknell, because they're so diligent offensively. They will challenge you to play defense for 20, 25 seconds. And if you can't do that, they're going to find an open look at the end of the shot clock. We see them here with a ball reversal. If you close out too aggressively, they're going to beat you to the basket. If you don't close out, they're going to make a 3. For Lafayette, the 2 bigs on the inside, Gary, they played their hearts out. Natalie Kukowski, watch the steal and right-handed finish going coast to coast. Natalie Kukowski with another monster game, Gary. She can play in so many ways, and it'll be fun for Lafayette to grow and develop around these 2 players. But again, you see Bucknell, they were so efficient at getting the ball inside and then kicking it out. Kate Walker had a monster game, Gary. 5 for 6 from 3-point range. She had a huge game up in Lewisburg, and she's one of those streak shooters, a rhythm shooter, and she absolutely blew this thing up in the second half. Down the stretch before she fouled out, Alexis Santarelli kind of caught fire, Gary. She was very quiet in the first half, but in the second half, and that gives you a kind of a snippet of what she can be around the basket. And when you pair her up with Natalie Kukowski in the post, one a sophomore and one a freshman, despite today's performance, the future's bright.
Stay out of foul trouble. Keeps you on the floor. I've been told that. All right, here's how the numbers shook out for Bucknell. Their 80 points came on 29 field goals. They were 10 for 22 from beyond the arc. That, by the way, is 46%. 12 for 15 from the free throw line. They were led by Kate Walker's 21 for the 6th game in a row. She's their leading scorer. And Kai English with 12 points. All of those points came early in the first half, and then a little bit early in the third quarter. They go to 14-8, 8-3 in the Patriot League, so they will solidify their spot as the number 2 team right now in the Patriot League. For Lafayette, they go to 8-13, 4-7 in the Patriot League. They're 57 points on 23 field goals, just 2 for 13 today from beyond the arc, and 9 for 10 from the foul line. 16 points for Natalie Kukowski and 6 rebounds. Drew Freeland also with 6 rebounds, and Alexis Santarelli with 17 points to lead the Leopards in scoring. But not enough scoring as Lafayette loses this one by an 80-57 score. We'll be back with you on Wednesday night at 7 o'clock when the men take on Army. The men, by the way, are on GoLeopards.com tonight at 7 o'clock as they travel to take on first place Bucknell, as they'll take that team and hopefully, as well as they did last time they played, to overtime, and maybe this time come out with the victory. But that's it for John Leone, for Mike Joseph, the RCN television team. Thanks for spending Saturday afternoon with us. We'll see you midweek. For all of us, I'm Gary Laubach. Goodbye, everybody.